biggest thing I want to talk about is this trip is just different than normal trips.
All right, here we are. My name's David Tate, and this is my buddy Ben, and we are about to embark on a journey
to Israel.
We are going to Israel. Ben's flight leaves at 8 in the morning. Mine leaves at 9 at night. And so we're leaving at different times. That's why I'm starting the video right now, because I'm not going to see him again until we're in Israel. We're also going to be with Brandon Snipe and Brandon Robbins. It's going to be awesome. But for right now, we have Bible study. So you see some people over here. We're going to have some more people showing up in a little bit. Hey, you recognize Brianne if you're on this YouTube channel. You've probably seen her quite a bit. We actually just baptized Sean over here, which is super exciting. That's why we're all here before Bible study. We got in some really cold water, and that was fun. Ben, do you have any final remarks?
I'm just excited.
All right, well, I will see you in Israel, and I will see y'all in a little bit. All right, it is now Wednesday. Hey, keep your eye on the road. My mom is currently driving me to the airport. My flight leaves at 8:40. I am flying from Houston to Istanbul, and then from Istanbul, I have like a 1 hour layover. Is that right?
Yep.
1 hour layover, and then I am heading to Tel Aviv. She's got a trip of her own. Where are you going?
Arizona.
You're going to Arizona. What are you going to do over there?
I'm going to go play golf one day and then go visit the Grand Canyon and Sedona.
Yep.
But I'm not doing the room.
Yeah, you're not going to do what I did and not almost die in the Grand Canyon.
And I'm going to hydrate
You're going to stay hydrated.
in the winter.
Yes, don't make my same mistakes. So, I guess I will update y'all on this vlog once I get to the airport, and I don't know what I'll include there, but I will see y'all then. Here we are at Leonardo Plaza Hotel in Natanya.
Yeah.
And I literally just walked in the door about 30 seconds ago. I wanted to record this really quick because Ben was already trying to go to bed. Ben, how was your flight?
Bumpy.
Bumpy?
And I didn't get very much sleep. But,
Oh, I slept like a baby.
But it was fun, though.
Yeah, and now we're here, and I'm going to let you go to bed. I'm probably going to be up for a little bit because I have a lot of stuff to situate. We have to be up at 6 in the morning. We made it to Israel safely. You ready?
Yeah. I'm all out for it.
All right,
Yeah.
It's gonna be good. Okay, so it is approximately 10:29 p.m. I just snuck out of my room so Ben could get some sleep. But before we got to catch up with Ben, you actually got to see this epic montage getting me from Houston to Tel Aviv. But here's the deal. A lot happened in between. So my mom dropped me off at 6 p.m. at the airport, and my flight was supposed to take off at 8:40. But unfortunately, it kept getting pushed back further and further, so we didn't even take off till 10:15 p.m. That's a bit of an issue, though, because that is over an hour and a half being pushed back, and my layover in Istanbul was only supposed to be 1 hour long. So I was kind of afraid I was going to miss my flight at Istanbul, but I guess the pilot flew kind of quickly because I ended up making it with 2 hours to spare. 2 hours. Also, the airport in Istanbul is probably the biggest airport I have ever been in my entire life. So I had to hike, I kid you not, probably a mile and a half just to get from the gate that I landed at to the gate that I was departing from. My flight took off there about 7:30 Turkey time, and it was a 2-hour flight, but whenever we got to Israel, it's still only 8:30 because Israel is an hour behind. I landed, and there were people waiting there for me because I actually landed here 3 hours later than anybody else in the group, but it turns out that they had given the people the wrong information, so those people had been waiting for me for 2 whole hours, and everybody had already left, and there was nobody waiting to actually transport me, so I actually had to pay for a taxi. And on the taxi drive, I met this really cool dude. His name is Sammy, and so me and Sammy got to hang out for about 45 minutes driving here to Natanya, and it was actually a really cool time. I'm actually going to put a picture of Sammy right here because I took a picture with him afterwards, and I even got his phone number. So me and Sammy are now friends. That was really cool. And so Sammy dropped me off here probably around 9:45-ish, and then I got to the hotel, and so I came upstairs, and the wait staff, I kid you not, they had stayed up just so they could give me dinner. That was so amazing. And the whole dining room was just for me. And I got to go to a buffet and I got to have all the food that was there. It was actually a really, really cool experience. And then I went up to my floor. I checked in with Ben, talked with Ben for about 30 seconds. Then he went back to bed. And then I came out here. I went and found a place to film this video. And now I'm in front of this really sketchy hallway. And now I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to get changed and I'm going to go to bed. And Lord willing, I'm going to wake up at 5 in the morning to go for a run. So it is about 4:40 in the morning. I was gonna wake up at 5 and go for a run, but it looks like I got some really good sleep on the plane and I just could not make myself sleep that long. Finally at 4 o'clock, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna get up and go for my run now, which gives me extra time whenever I get back. I'll just sit down, read my Bible and stuff because we don't have to be up till 6. I've went about 3 miles. This is the Mediterranean Sea right there. Just an FYI, that's why I'm standing here because I thought it was kind of nice. But yeah, so here we are, Mediterranean Sea. I've been exploring Natanya, just running along the coast, running along the streets, going through some roundabouts, running some hills. And now I'm about a quarter mile away from the hotel, which is that direction, hopefully. And so I'm gonna head back there, get showered up, read my Bible for a bit, and then I'll probably catch up with y'all, hopefully whenever I'm with the group, because I still haven't seen any of them yet. The only person I've seen so far is Ben, but we all have breakfast starting around like 6:30ish, and so I expect that I will see y'all there.
This trip in particular, the biggest thing I want to talk about is this trip is just different than normal trips. As we saw this morning, there's another Imagine trip here. They're from like one church in one area, and they all came together, right? Most of us don't know each other at all. A lot of you are either, you know, you've seen our YouTube channels or you're related to us in some way, or somehow you heard about this trip, right? We're all from all across the country, all over the place. And it's, you know, a completely different experience than normal trips would have. So as we go through, remember to have grace because all of us are coming from different backgrounds. It's going to be an amazing trip. Obviously, anytime you have any questions, just come to us and we'll try to answer them to the best of our abilities. Today is going to be really packed, especially since we have the Shabbat dinner. We are going to have to probably cancel our trip to Cana. Again, it's like drinking from a fire hydrant, so we're going to see a lot of places, so it'll be okay. And we're kind of trying to plan all that out to the best of our ability.
Brandon, tell us where we're at.
We are at Caesarea Maritima. So this is a port created by Herod, and it is basically an engineering marvel where there shouldn't be a port, and he essentially created one out of nothing.
Yep.
שיר למעלות, אשא עיניי אל ההרים, מאין יבוא עזרי. עזרי מעם השם, עושה שמיים בארץ, אל יתן למות רגליך, אל ינום שומרך.
All right, would you like to tell us what we're looking at over here?
I wasn't fully paying attention, but
Oh.
something about
red-handed.
hippodrome.
Hippodrome.
Yeah,
Yes.
where they would do those races with the little chariots and.
Yeah, it's like Ben-Hur styled stuff. How have you been liking it so far?
I'm loving it. The first time I came was like Brandon said, like fire hydrant. You know,
Yeah.
drink from a fire hydrant. So, this time I'm trying to soak it in, but now I'm like a content creator, so like
Yeah.
I have to
But it
be
makes stuff the
on
whole
as
time.
well, so.
הנה לא ינום ולא יישן שומר ישראל, השם שומרך, השם צילך על יד ימינך. יומם השמש לא ינקה כאן וירח בלילה, השם ישמורך מכל רע, ישמור את נפשך, השם ישמור צאתך ובואך מעתה ועד עולם, מעתה ועד עולם.
Mount Carmel over that way. Nazareth over that way. Mount Tabor right there. Mount Moreh right there. In the distance back that way, you can barely see it, there's the mountains of Gilead. Those right there are Mount Gilboa, where Saul died. And down that way is Samaria.
שמיים וארץ, אל יתן למות רגליך, אל ינום שומרך. הנה לא ינום ולא יישן שומר ישראל, השם שומרך, השם צילך על יד ימינך. יומם השמש לא יככה וירח בלילה, השם ישמורך מכל רע, ישמור את נפשך, השם ישמור צאתך ובואך.
It is 9:12 p.m. and I am currently standing at my favorite place in the entire world. This is a place that has been close and dear to my heart ever since I first visited it, what must have been probably, 5 or 6 years ago. I've only been here one time, but we're staying at the same exact hotel for the next few nights that I stayed that one time, and I've always longed to return. I'm at the hotel called Naf Ginosar, and I'm standing on the pier in the middle of the Sea of Galilee. And I know you really can't see a whole lot, but what I want to do is I do want to give you just a quick shot of this. If you go down there, you see these bright lights. That's the city of Tiberias. That's really neat. And then a little bit further this way is the city of Magdala, which, if you know Mary Magdalene, that's where that's from. And then right over that way, those lights in the distance right there, that's Naf Ginosar. That's where we're staying at. I think tomorrow we're going to go visit a lot of the places over there, and that's where traditionally Capernaum is found. That is where Jesus performed a whole bunch of miracles. That was where Jesus' home base was at. This video at nighttime really doesn't do it justice, but this literally is my favorite place in the entire world, and I'm so excited that I just wanted to share it with you. But I wanted to share something else with you as well, because this obviously is a big time jump from the last time you saw me, because it is now nighttime, and you're probably wondering, David, what did you do in between? Well, I'm going to tell you what I did in between, but since it's so dark here and you don't want to be looking at this, here's some just B-roll footage of us driving down some streets and me walking around, just so you can see something else more entertaining than just my shadowy face. What I was doing over the last few hours is I got to attend a Shabbat synagogue service and a Shabbat dinner, both of which were super duper amazing, and unfortunately, I had to have my phone turned off because it's Shabbat, right? And so you're supposed to have that off. And so out of respect for them, I made sure to have my phone turned off and no electronics and stuff. First off, we went to this place. It's called Kibbutz Lavi. It's just a few minutes down the road from where we're at, probably about 25, 30 minutes. And so we went there, and basically what happened is that whenever we first stepped into the lobby of the place, it was really cool because we got to see all these Orthodox Jewish men gathered around singing some traditional Sabbath songs to welcome in the Sabbath. But then after that, we got to do something that I didn't even know we were going to get to do, but we actually got to attend a Jewish synagogue service. And that was really, really neat, where the girls and the guys had to separate. There were only about 15 of us from the group that actually went to this, and it was super duper cool, and I just wish that I could have captured it. But at the same time, I'm glad we couldn't have our phones out. That was actually a really beautiful aspect to this whole thing. Basically, they were just reciting a lot of prayers and singing them, basically. We did get these prayer books, and my Hebrew was fresh enough that I was actually able to keep up with a lot of what they were saying in Hebrew. I wasn't good enough to actually be reciting it out loud with them, also because their meter and the way that they sing it is way different than I'm used to, and so that was just kind of difficult. As for the Shabbat dinner itself, man, that was just a really cool experience. I've done Shabbat dinners in the past where you go to a family's house house and celebrate with them. But the difference with this one is that it didn't feel as orchestrated as the other ones. And don't get me wrong, I really liked it every single time that I've gone to do something like this. Just because it's just really cool to experience the community, and I honestly just like the idea of turning all of your phones off and just spending time with family. I think that's a really cool thing, and I just really like that the Jewish community still does that. I think that's something we should all do a little bit more. But we were at this one man's house, and he has 6 kids, 3 adopted and 3 are his own with his wife, and man, it was just cool. Oh look, there's a little kitty cat. Hello, kitty cat. Okay, I'm gonna move on now. We were at this man's house, and it was just a really fun, cool, exciting experience. 3 of the kids were close to my age, and so I wish I was actually sitting a little bit closer to them, because I would have really enjoyed getting to talk to them a little bit more. But it was just fun, and it didn't feel nearly as orchestrated as other ones in the past. Like, I mean, it was really refreshing. Some of the kids were just tearing at each other's hair and punching each other in the face and spanking each other and just messing around, and one kid was crying the whole time. It didn't feel like they were just putting on a show for us just to give us the Jewish experience. It felt like they were genuinely just a family welcoming us into their household. And if you're one of the people of those family and you happen to come across this video, please comment below and let me know your name or something, because I would love to be in contact with you. Unfortunately, Ben didn't get to join us for that part, but I'm excited to tell him about it in the morning. He's already asleep right now. That's why I am not currently in our room recording this. But yeah, so it was just a really, really altogether fun evening, and so that's all really exciting stuff. I've probably gushed way too long already. That all being said, this video has actually been way too long as it is, so I'm probably just gonna wrap it up right now, but I will have more videos for every single day of this journey in Israel, and so be sure to keep checking in. Thank you so much for watching this video with me as I just ramble on and on and on about stuff that I'm just super excited about. My name is David Tate. This is Now Let's Be Honest. I will see y'all next time for future vlogs. Peace out.